Hello everyone, my name is Leonela Sanchez and today I'll be talking about Staphylococcus aureus. Staph- Staphylococcus aureus is part of a pathogen group called escape pathogens that refer to a group of six bacterial species that are notorious for their ability to escape the effects of antibiotics, making them leading causes of multi-drug resistant infections in healthcare settings. The acronym SCAPE stands for Enterococcus faecium, Staphylococcus aureus, Klebsiella pneumonia, Acinetobacter baumannii, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and Enterobacter species. Here we have examples of some of the diseases that escape pathogens can cause. For example, Staphylococcus aureus can cause skin infections, pneumonia, endocarditis, osteomyelitis, infections, arthritis, and more. Staphylococcus aureus is a bacterium that evades the immune system with strategies like protein A capsule coagulase and catalase. Staphylococcus aureus produces various toxins, including exfoliative toxins, that leads to skin conditions like scalded skin syndrome, enterotoxins that can cause food poisoning, and toxic shock syndrome, toxin TSST1, which can lead to toxic shock syndrome. Staphylococcus aureus causes a wide range of infections through several mechanisms. It can adhere to host tissues using surface proteins. Staphylococcus aureus has several key factors that help it cause infections. It uses surface proteins to stick to host tissues, which is important for getting started with an infection. To avoid being attacked by the immune system, it produces protein A, which blocks immune cells, and it has a capsule that protects it from being eaten by white blood cells. Staphylococcus aureus also makes harmful toxins, like those that cause skin peeling, exfoliative toxins, or food poisoning, enterotoxins, like we mentioned before. And it can produce a toxin that leads to toxic shock syndrome, TSST1. It can also create biofilms on medical devices, making it harder for the immune system and antibiotics to fight it. These factors make Staphylococcus aureus capable of causing both minor and serious infections. Resistant mechanisms. Staphylococcus aureus has developed several ways to resist antibiotics. The most common is methicillin resistant, caused by the MEK-A gene, which makes the bacteria's penicillin binding protein resistant to beta-lactam antibiotics like methicillin. It can also acquire genes like VAN-A to resist vancomycin, a last line treatment for resistant strains. Fx pumps in the bacteria can actively remove antibiotics from the cell, reducing their effectiveness. Staphylococcus aureus can also form biofilms, which protect the bacteria from antibiotics, and it can enter a state of reduced growth to survive exposure to drugs. Uh, Treatment challenges to treat Staphylococcus aureus infections. are several factors, including antibiotic resistance, biofilm formation, and difficulties with decolonization. Uh, Staphylococcus aureus can rapidly develop resistance to antibiotic, leading to the use of drugs with more side effects. The bacteria can form biofilms which protect them from antibiotics and the immune system, and can also often colonizes asymptomatically, making decolonizing difficult as the bacteria become resistant to decolonizing agents. Um, Adherence to quality of care standards in managing these infections is often low. Promising treatment strategies include boosting the immune system using monoclonal antibodies and vaccines, and exploring newer drugs and combination therapies. Here are some examples of some drugs or medication and antibiotics that are used to treat infections for Staphylococcus aureus. How to prevent antimicrobial resistance? What can we do to prevent antimicrobial resistance? Several steps can help prevent it. The most important is the responsible use of antibiotics, including only prescribing them when necessary and ensuring the correct dosage and duration of treatment. Completing the full course of antibiotics is crucial to avoid resistance. Infection control measures such as a good hand hygiene and sterilization in healthcare settings also help prevent the spread of resistant bacteria. Public education on the dangers of overusing antibiotics and promoting vaccinations can reduce unnecessary antibiotic use. alternative um, alternative treatments. As resistance grows, alternative treatments are being explored. Bacteriophage therapy, which uses viruses to kill bacteria, and monoclonal antibodies, which target specific bacteria, are some of the therapies and treatments that are showing promises. These days, other options include boosting the immune system and using nanotechnology to deliver antibiotics more effectively. Combining different treatments can also help overcome resistance. In conclusion, Staphylococcus aureus is a bacteria that causes infections ranging from mild to severe. It can develop resistance to antibiotics like methicillin, making treatment harder. The bacteria can also form biofilms, protecting it from both antibiotics and the immune system. Research into alternative treatments like phages is ongoing to tackle these resistant strains. Overall, Staphylococcus aureus remains a challenging pathogen requiring improved prevention and treatment. These are my works cited. And my questions are: how does the ability of Staphylococcus aureus to form asymptomatic colonization complicate its treatment and prevention? And how do biofilms contribute to the persistence of Staphylococcus aureus infections, and how can they be treated effectively? Thank you.